I know I look a mess, but I just want to say thank you. Like, really thank y'all. Like, for real. Like, I'm so thankful. I'm really thankful. Like, and everybody keep saying go. Like, I was working out. I'm like, dang, doing this every day though. And I keep praying, like, God, please give me, like, restore my lungs. Cause, you know, I've been smoking a lot. I don't smoke no more, but, you know, you can just feel, like, the difference. I'm like, Lord, restore, like, please. Like, I just been praying.
Brace yourself, because what just went down makes reality TV look like a calm yoga retreat. Chrisean Rock completely lost it after spotting Blueface and Jaidyn Alexis together, and if you think you've seen drama before, you are about to be schooled. Picture this. Your ex, the same man who's turned your life into a public soap opera, casually showing up with another woman. And not just any woman, Jaidyn Alexis. Calm, composed, and effortlessly stealing all the social media optics while you're left spiraling in high-definition chaos. This isn't awkward. This is apocalyptic emotional warfare broadcast live. The moment hit the internet like a digital bomb. Phones were dropped. Timelines froze. Fans screamed into their group chats like the world was ending. And let's be real, this wasn't just a he said, she said moment. This was catastrophic, viral, meme-generating chaos, louder than a stadium of screaming teenagers and twice as messy. Chrisean didn't whisper, she exploded. And what followed? Drama so intense it makes the Kardashians' most staged arguments look like a friendly tea party. Stay tuned, because once you hear what went down, you won't just be shocked, you'll be living it. It all started quietly, or at least quietly for everyone except the people whose lives orbit around celebrity chaos. One scroll, one seemingly innocent check of notifications, and then it happened. Chrisean Rock spotted Blueface and Jaidyn Alexis together. Not a vague rumor, not a blurry paparazzi photo. Full HD, right in your face, reality TV on steroids sighting. And if you think social media stays calm for anything, think again. This was the kind of visual that ignites group chats, destroys timelines, and sends meme factories into overdrive before you can even blink. To understand why this sighting detonated the internet like a Molotov cocktail in a fireworks warehouse, you have to know the backstory. Chrisean and Blueface are not your typical exes. Their relationship reads like a never-ending Netflix drama with more plot twists than Game of Thrones seasons combined. Breakups, multiple. Reconciliations, countless. Meltdowns, viral enough to give TikTok a headache. And then there's Jaidyn Alexis, calm, composed, and effortlessly stealing every ounce of narrative optics, while the world, especially Chrisean, watches through a magnifying glass of judgment and speculation. So when the sighting happened, the internet didn't gasp. It lost its mind. Twitter threads went nuclear. TikTok clips were uploaded before anyone could say, wait, is that really them? Screenshots flew around faster than someone running from responsibility. Memes sprouted like mushrooms after a rainstorm. And Chrisean, her initial reaction was silence. But make no mistake, silence from her is rarely peaceful. It's a storm gathering. Like a volcano that's been quietly rumbling for years, finally inching toward eruption. Speculation ran wild. Was she hurt? Humiliated? Plotting revenge in real time? Fans dissected every Instagram story, every cryptic post, every emoji-laden comment for clues. Because if you know Chrisean, you know she doesn't just react quietly. When she explodes, it's explosive enough to make fireworks displays look like sparklers. Meanwhile, Blueface and Jaidyn were chilling, unbothered, calm as a Zen master on a Sunday morning. The internet instantly declared, this is intentional. It was a statement, a chess move disguised as a casual coffee date. And Chrisean, she knew it. Every subtle glance, every effortless smile, every we're fine posture was a dagger in her social media-fed emotional armor. Fans immediately went to work. Side-by-side comparisons of past Chrisean Blueface meltdowns versus the new sighting popped up like they had been prepared for a decade-long emotional exam. Reaction GIFs, dramatic captions, and conspiracy threads multiplied like digital rabbits. Every nuance was analyzed. Every micro-expression was debated. If it looked remotely deliberate, it was. And if it didn't, fans made it mean something anyway. The chaos machine was fully engaged, and of course, the leaks didn't stop there. A video surfaced showing the trio laughing together, casual, seemingly unbothered by the emotional aftermath it would unleash. And let me tell you, the internet had questions. Hundreds of thousands of them. People weren't just speculating. They were theorizing, meme-making, and emotionally projecting at levels that could power a small city. Chrisean's silence held for hours. But fans knew better. Silence from her isn't comments loading. Like that tense moment in a horror movie when the camera pans to the empty hallway and you just know the monster is about to jump out. The buildup alone was enough to send timelines into a frenzy. Then came the first hints of a reaction. A story posted here. A cryptic comment there. Nothing direct, nothing naming names, but the energy shifted. Like the room went from 70 degrees to 700 in seconds. People sensed it. The storm was coming. And social media. Oh, social media was sharpening its knives. Some fans prepped to defend her. Others queued up to criticize. Neutrality had left the chat hours ago. And let's not forget the optics, because in celebrity culture, optics are reality. Blueface, calm and composed. Jaidyn, the picture of serene confidence. Chrisean, stirring quietly, energy building. It was the perfect recipe for disaster. Every fan with a camera phone became a journalist. Every meme maker became a commentator. Every bystander became a self-proclaimed expert on human emotion. By the time Chrisean finally broke her silence, the internet had already decided how she should feel. Calm, fake, angry. Unhinged, silent, weak. There was no winning. Only different flavors of judgment. And that's when things got truly interesting. Because Chrisean didn't choose quiet. She didn't choose the polite, measured response expected of a celebrity navigating public scrutiny. She chose chaos. She chose to respond with raw energy, sarcasm, humor, pain. Every emotion amplified to 11. And the internet. It ate it up like it had been starved of drama for years. Screenshots of her reactions spread like wildfire. Tweets analyzing her tone went viral. Memes reinterpreting every single second of her emotional display appeared faster than anyone could report the original story. And suddenly, this wasn't just about Chrisean seeing Blueface and Jaidyn. It was about narratives, about optics, about who looks stable, who looks messy, and who the audience decides wins in this ongoing emotional war. This sighting wasn't just a casual encounter, it was a public trial, a meme-worthy spectacle, and an emotional spectacle all at once. It reminded everyone why they click, refresh, and replay videos of celebrity drama, because chaos is entertaining, cathartic, and absolutely addictive. And the craziest part, this was just the beginning, because once Chrisean exploded, once she let the world witness her unfiltered emotions, the situation escalated into something bigger than anyone could have imagined. Memes, reactions, fan wars, and celebrity commentary all converged into a perfect storm. And for the next few hours, social media didn't sleep. Every post, every story, every clip added fuel to the fire, building a narrative so wild, so messy, that it made the Kardashians' family feuds look like polite brunch conversations. Chrisean's meltdown wasn't just emotional, it was a cultural event. And as the internet braced for the fallout, one thing became very clear. This was no longer just about exes running into each other. This was about pride, power, perception, and the spectacle of modern celebrity chaos. And trust me, the moment the internet realized what was happening, it became impossible to look away. As soon as Chrisean's reaction hit the internet, the situation morphed faster than a Marvel character in a plot twist. What had started as a simple sighting, Blueface and Jaidyn Alexis together, exploded into full-blown pop culture hysteria. And social media. Social media went absolutely feral. Let's start with the memes, because memes are the modern-day pulse of celebrity chaos. Within minutes, side-by-side compilations of Chrisean's past meltdowns versus the latest sighting were circulating like evidence in a courtroom drama. There were gifs of her screaming, crying, rolling her eyes, and just generally existing, all captioned with phrases like "when life reminds you who's winning" or "plot twist." Emotional bankruptcy is free admission. Every overreaction became fuel. Every subtle glance became a punchline. And every fan reaction became part of a collective narrative that had nothing to do with reality, but everything to do with engagement. And the twists didn't stop at memes. Celebrity commentators and influencers jumped into the fray like it was their job, which, in some cases, it literally is. Cryptic tweets floated around. Some people really be thriving off other people's chaos. Protect your energy. This is why women never get to rest. And even the classic, "We see you watching, but we're unbothered." The ambiguity was perfect. No names, just enough shade to make everyone speculate. Meanwhile, the fanbase split into factions faster than you can say clout war. There were Team Chrisean supporters, defending her emotional honesty like knights in digital armor, screaming about how the universe clearly threw shade her way. Then there were Team critics, rolling their eyes, complaining about predictable drama and over-the-top reactions, and somewhere in the middle, a massive group just watched popcorn in hand, live streaming their own emotional commentary into the chaos. Blueface, as always, played it like a master strategist, calm, composed, smiling in the background like he hadn't just watched a volcanic emotional eruption in high definition. And Jaidyn Alexis, serenity incarnate, calm, collected, seemingly unaffected. Calm, collected, seemingly unaffected. The internet immediately ran with this contrast. One woman unraveling in public, another maintaining poise while the man in question just floats like a morally ambiguous ghost. It was chef's kiss for narrative contrast, a textbook example of optics matter more than reality. Then came the celebrity reactions, because nothing says cultural validation like influencers weighing in. Without naming names, people tweeted thinly veiled observations about public meltdowns, emotional labor, and post-breakup coping mechanisms. Some called for accountability. Some called for empathy. Most just called it content. And of course, every vague reaction fueled speculation, because the internet loves to read into subtext like it's a leaked script. The fan memes escalated. One viral post compared Chrisean's meltdown to a nuclear reactor overheating, while another framed Blueface and Jaidyn as calm chess grandmasters making strategic moves while the world burns. Another meme equated the situation to a Hunger Games scenario, Chrisean as the fiery tribute, Blueface as the sly manipulator, and Jaidyn as the untouchable arena champion. Pop culture analogies were flying so fast, you'd think the internet had signed a contract to turn this drama into an encyclopedia of references. And yes, the public outrage was real, but it was messy. Some people sympathized. Some people criticized. Some were just here for the chaos. Tweets like "this is why women can't have nice things" collided with Chrisean. Girl, take a deep breath. And Blueface really out here collecting energy points like it's Pokemon Go. The humor, the sarcasm, and the exaggeration all collided into a perfect storm of chaotic entertainment. The drama had also unlocked a psychological layer. Suddenly, fans weren't just watching a meltdown, they were diagnosing it. Threads appeared dissecting Chrisean's behavior like a case study in emotional volatility. Discussions about postpartum emotions, social media pressures, and fame-induced trauma ran alongside jokes and reaction gifs. The mix of serious analysis and entertainment made it irresistible. It was both cringe and fascinating, exactly the kind of content the internet eats alive. And as the night progressed, screenshots of the live stream footage leaked across multiple platforms. Clips of Chrisean pacing, speaking in cryptic posts, throwing shade without names. It was magnetic. People replayed the moments, slowed them down, cropped them, zoomed in, and added commentary. Every detail became a viral gem. Every frame was fodder for threads debating who really won this emotional chess game. Even traditional media caught wind. Headlines appeared like wildfire, Chrisean Rock reacts after Blueface and Jaidyn Alexis sighting. Internet explodes over celebrity triangle. Fans divided as drama unfolds. Live suddenly. This wasn't just social media hysteria, it was a pop culture event with the gravity of a political scandal, but spiced with pettiness, memes, and dramatic tension. And the plot twists kept coming. Some influencers shared cryptic insider info, hinting at conversations behind the scenes. Was this a passive-aggressive move orchestrated by Blueface? Was Chrisean strategically leaking reactions for clout? Was Jaidyn even aware she was part of a narrative explosion? Nobody knew. Everyone speculated. And in the age of viral content, speculation is currency. Meanwhile, the chaos produced its own weird energy. Reaction videos flooded YouTube. TikTok compilations racked up millions of views. Twitter threads ballooned into their own trending topics. The situation wasn't just viral, it was pandemic-level viral, spreading faster than any apology tour or PR statement could contain. Fans didn't just watch, they engaged, debated, and created side content. Every reaction fueled more reactions, an endless loop of spectacle. And the metaphors. Absolutely relentless. Chrisean's meltdown became a digital volcano. Blueface and Jaidyn were calm tidal waves, and the internet itself was a storm of popcorn-fueled chaos. People compared it to The Office meets WrestleMania, Survivor meets Real Housewives, and even a slow-motion car crash you can't look away from, and the comparisons stuck. Because nothing about this moment was subtle or ordinary. At the heart of all this, one truth became undeniable. This was not just a meltdown. It was a cultural mirror. It reflected social media obsession with drama, the scrutiny placed on women's emotions, and the relentless appetite for chaos. The spectacle was amplified by algorithms, audience attention, and the unpredictability of human behavior. It was a perfect storm of attention economy and raw emotion. And even as the night wore on, the situation showed no signs of stopping. Every new post, every story update, every reaction video added fuel to the fire. The internet wasn't just watching, it was actively participating, turning Chrisean's personal response into public entertainment. This wasn't passive viewership. It was collective emotional chaos. By the end of the first 24 hours, the sighting had morphed into an ongoing saga. The memes, commentary, and celebrity reactions had created a narrative arc more intricate than most scripted shows. Fans weren't just consumers, they were writers, directors, and critics of the spectacle. And the drama. It wasn't over. Not even close. Because in the world of celebrity meltdowns, viral reactions, and social media warfare, a single sighting isn't a finale. It's the opening act. By the time the internet started catching its breath, the fallout from Chrisean Rock's meltdown was in full swing, and make no mistake, this wasn't just a trending topic. This was a full-blown cultural incident, a seismic shift in public perception, and a masterclass in how emotional chaos gets monetized, memed, and weaponized online. For Chrisean, the immediate aftermath was brutal. The initial sympathy and shock gave way to scrutiny, critique, and endless comparison. Social media became a courtroom. Every post, every story, every cryptic comment was dissected like evidence in a trial where the jury has no chill. Fans and critics alike weighed in, declaring her overdramatic, unhinged, authentic, or relatable, sometimes all in the same comment thread. The sheer volume of analysis made it nearly impossible for anyone to see the situation clearly. And Chrisean herself became both the protagonist and the villain of her own story. And then came the impact on reputations. Blueface, as usual, remained eerily calm. His image, for once, wasn't marred by chaos, it was oddly untouchable. Calm, composed, and unaffected, he floated through the spectacle like a ghost who somehow collected energy points while everyone else was losing theirs. Meanwhile, Jaidyn Alexis maintained her composed persona, further cementing the optics of contrast. One woman unbothered, one woman spiraling, and one man quietly observing. It was like watching a reality TV finale with the subtitles turned on for dramatic effect. Brands noticed. Oh, brands noticed. In the age of sponsorships, collaborations, and influencer marketing. Reputation isn't just about talent, it's about optics, social media behavior, and public perception. Suddenly, companies that once courted Chrisean hesitated. Offers slowed. Opportunities paused. The volatility of her emotional presence online made engagement skyrocket. Sure, but it also made corporate partners think twice. Viral fame is fun, until it's risky business, and the public still divided. Some rallied behind Chrisean, framing her as a woman pushed to the edge, a symbol of unfiltered honesty in a sanitized world. Others framed her as too much, a cautionary tale of emotional volatility made public. Meanwhile, the gossip machines hummed at maximum capacity, producing think pieces, commentary videos, and endless memes. Everyone had an opinion, but nobody had the full story, yet the narrative marched forward relentlessly. The consequences rippled further into relationships. Friends, fans, and collaborators were forced to pick sides or, more realistically, avoid taking sides while carefully curating their public social media posture. One misstep, one poorly timed story, one misunderstood caption could reignite the chaos. It was the modern celebrity equivalent of walking a tightrope over a pit of snapping alligators while juggling flaming torches. Online judgment included for free. Yet, amid all the chaos, there was growth, subtle though it may have been. Chrisean learned again that social media is both amplifier and magnifier. Every emotional reaction gets blown up, every micro-expression overanalyzed, every decision critiqued to the point of absurdity. She became acutely aware of the stakes, the optics, and the audience, even if her reactions remained raw and unapologetic. In the age of digital celebrity, wisdom is learned in public, often at the expense of privacy and peace. Meanwhile, Blueface's carefully curated calm became part of the narrative itself. No statements, no dramatic responses, just presence. That quiet, calculated strategy made him look untouchable, less of a player in the chaos, more of an observer benefiting from it. Jaidyn's serene demeanor added fuel to the contrast, solidifying the public's fascination with the triangle's emotional dynamics. Calmness became courtesy. Chaos became spectacle. The media coverage reinforced the story's longevity. Headlines didn't just report, they sensationalized. Chrisean rock meltdown after Blueface and Jaidyn sighting wasn't just news. It was a headline designed to provoke debate, clicks, and virality. Each article, each recap, each reaction video ensured that the drama didn't fade. It lingered, simmered, and waited for the next spark to reignite the internet's obsession. And the lessons, hard-earned and obvious. In celebrity culture, emotional authenticity can make you a hero 1 minute and a target the next. A hero 1 minute and a target the next. Silence can be interpreted as plotting. A smile can be misread as betrayal. Every move, every post, every glance is fodder for the ever-hungry machine of public opinion. Chrisean's meltdown became a mirror reflecting society's obsession with spectacle, gendered scrutiny, and the monetization of personal pain. Even as things calmed, the digital echoes persisted. Memes resurfaced weeks later. Reaction videos continued to circulate. Discussions of who really won, and was this intentional, persisted in comment threads like ghosts refusing to leave. The narrative had achieved something rare. It wasn't fleeting. It had embedded itself in the cultural consciousness. And yet, despite all the scrutiny, Chrisean's story remained unresolved in the public eye. The spectacle had revealed cracks, tensions, and raw emotion, but it had also left room for speculation, interpretation, and curiosity. Fans knew one thing for certain: this was far from the last chapter. In celebrity culture, peace is temporary. Chaos is inevitable. And as long as social media thrives on engagement, the story will find new ways to explode. Relationships, reputations, and personal narratives were all permanently affected. Chrisean's image as unfiltered and unrestrained became cemented, for better or worse. Blueface's quiet manipulation of perception added to his mystique. Jaidyn's calm composure reinforced her role as the measured counterpoint. The triangle's dynamics had shifted, but the public fascination, It had only intensified. And here's the final wild truth. In the world of viral celebrity chaos, nobody truly wins. Every reaction, every post, every screenshot feeds the machine, ensuring that someone's life will always be entertainment for millions. The internet doesn't forgive. It doesn't forget. And it definitely doesn't move on quietly. So while the meltdown may have settled into the realm of meme legend, the aftershocks continue. Public perception has been reshaped, reputations have shifted, and fans have already begun speculating about the next collision in this volatile triangle. The lesson: in celebrity culture, chaos isn't a glitch. It's the main feature. And the most important part: there's always a next act waiting. Because if the internet has taught us anything, it's this: the drama never ends. It hibernates, it simmers, and it will erupt again when the perfect spark appears. Chrisean Rock's meltdown wasn't just a reaction, it was a cultural event, a lesson in optics, and a reminder that in the social media age, personal emotion becomes public spectacle. And if you think this saga has concluded, think again. The next viral incident is already lurking, waiting to grab headlines, ignite comment sections, and fuel the never-ending cycle of celebrity chaos. All right, buckle up, because this is where you dive headfirst into the chaos. Drop into the comments and tell us, was Chrisean justified in her meltdown? Or did Blueface and Jaidyn orchestrate the drama like pros? No soft answers, no fence sitting. This is your arena. Pick a side, defend it, or get roasted by the comment section. And if this story had you clutching your phone thinking, "This is wild," then smash that like button like it personally disrespected you. Don't tap it, obliterate it. The algorithm thrives on chaos, and today we're serving it full throttle. Not part of the crew yet? Subscribe to Celeb Insanity, because scandals don't wait, and neither do we. Turn on notifications unless you want to find out late while everyone else is already dissecting every frame, clip, and comment. Here on Celeb Insanity, we expose fake decode messy truths, and serve celebrity drama hotter than your morning coffee. If it's messy, outrageous, or unhinged, you know we've got the receipts, the commentary, and the hot takes you didn't know you needed. So stay loud, stay nosy, stay entertained. Because in the world of celebrity chaos, peace is temporary, drama is inevitable, and the next meltdown is already lurking, ready to explode. Celeb Insanity, where celebrity chaos never sleeps, never sleeps.